Bit of viewers, yep. You have to get your rough safety boots on again. Little one really loves this ride on, but the limitation, these motors get bloody hot. That one's burnt the coils out. And that connector was touching the motor, resting on the motor, and melted it. This one's still alright. Now I looked at mltoys.com. Their prices are, they got awesome upgrades for these. They got heat sinks for these motors, upgrade to these motors, brushless and driver upgrade to these things, all sorts of upgrades. But the shipping is bloody horrendous. So it makes it too cost prohibitive to make things not be thrown away, so to speak, and get a good upgrade to things like this. You're better off buying an old car and giving that to your little one to drive. I mean, not my youth, but yeah. For the price you pay to upgrade one of these things, even buy one of these new, you're probably better off going to the wreckers and buying a car for $100. And your kids will get more fun out of that. Because here in Australia, things like this, to make them good and reliable, it's just too cost prohibitive. The price for this when it was new was about $300, and it's only 6 years old. And my little one's had more use out of this than this thing it had in its previous life, and yeah, he's burnt this motor out already. It's just too cost prohibitive to fix things like this up in Australia. In America though, pretty cheap. You get the parts for next to nothing over there, but just that the shipping is cost prohibitive. You're better off buying an actual bush bomb. It's cheaper to get parts for them at least, if they break down. Unbelievable. Because you can get water pipes that go around these motors for next to nothing from China, for cooling mods for these motors, but cheap, but then you're going to put a water pump and put a radiator in. The heat sinks and fan mods ML Toys have, it's all just sit them straight in the motor and they plug and play, ready to go. So I just ordered some new 775 motors from China for next to nothing. I'm going to have to improvise some other way to heat sink these motors. Just run a fan or something and tap it off one of these switches or something in there. Have some computer fans in here or something to keep these motors cool. It's got plenty of power, even when this battery's really good. It's just the limitations, there's no cooling on these motors. So when it's been smoked. And the armature's gone. I didn't check the brushes, they're fine, the armature's fine. The actual windings and the armature are gone. Because they got pretty smelly and smoky. So yeah, fixing this is going to be pretty cost prohibitive other than just replacing motors every now and then. Which is stupid and wasteful. It costs more in the long run, but we really should do something about our shipping from America to Australia. We miss that naughty action here. There's isn't really any hobby shops locally that actually supply upgrades for these cars. They sell the motors, but it's just cheaper to go on eBay and buy the motors from China directly. The range I've got here in Australia for things like this is just non-existent. Bit of a shame. It's a big shake. ML Toys has got some all sorts of cool mods, even for the other little kids ride on I got in there, the remote control one. I'd love to get this thing upgraded and put some nice new motors in here with good cooling and performance, but I might as well just go buy a bush bomb from the local marketplace and use that. It's cheaper to buy that. Yeah, that's what it's come down to, unfortunately, so absolutely bloody crazy. So I'm probably going to have to get, I might just actually get this going instead. Put some bumpers on it and use this for my kids to ride on. This will make it better and cheaper kids ride on in the long run. It's got ridiculous at the moment. It's a shame. There needs to be more of a market for ML Toys products in Australia. Even the hobby shops can get them. Because there's potential for things like this, even for Australian kids to ride on these things. I see these all the time on Facebook Marketplace, all sorts of kids ride-ons. They sell quick, even though they're not working. If there was good shipping or an outlet in Australia for ML Toys products to get them cheap in Australia, they'll make a killing, I reckon. Anyway, that's a bit unusual, unfortunate, I mean. So I'm going to have to make do with some, just replace some motors and make my own heat sink set or something. It's going to look ugly, but cheaper. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.